Are you preparing and paving the way for your manifestation to come into your experience? Recently, my past few videos have been tips on what to do in the 3D to get yourself physically as well as mentally in the state of receiving whatever your desire is. And now today, I want to talk to you real quickly about, are you preparing in your environment for your manifestation to come into fruition? See, oftentimes, again, as I've stated in past videos, we do the internal work, but externally, we are not changing our environment. We are not moving things around. We are not paving the way easily and effortlessly for our manifestation to come in. What do I mean by that? I mean where you live. Are you making it a conducive environment that your manifestation would absolutely love and dwell in? Even if you don't have whatever it is that you want, you need to make space and say that this is where it is going to be. So if you're trying to manifest somebody into your life, whether it's somebody old or somebody new, you should be preparing space, in my opinion, for them to exist in your life in the 3D. What does that look like? Making space in your closet, saying my specific person is going to have their clothes right here in this area. Preparing a space in the bathroom, saying this is going to be my person's toothbrush, this is going to be my person's area right here, and this side of the bathroom is going to be my side of the area. Make space in your bed. Tell yourself you're going to sleep on this side of the bed, or this side of the bed is going to be reserved for whoever your person is. Again, a lot of you are not actually physically getting yourself ready in preparation in the 3D for whatever it is to come into your experience. I want you guys to understand something. It is extremely hard for most people to turn off the habits that they have created over the past 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Whatever your age limit is, it is extremely hard for you to become a different person overnight. So you need to start preparing to be that newer person now. What bad habits do you have? What habits do you have that are not conducive to being a wife? What habits do you have that are not conducive to being a husband? Yes, I know this is irrelevant to some people. Everything that I'm saying right now, it will not apply to some of you. So if it doesn't apply to you, don't listen. But what I'm saying right now will absolutely be true for a lot of you, because I know there's people out there that will listen to this video and they'll say that when you practice law of assumption, that none of that stuff matters. And they're absolutely right. But the reality is, for a lot of you, what I'm saying right now, it will matter. And this is the approach that you're probably going to have to take in order to manifest somebody and to keep them. Many of us think that once we manifest somebody, whether it's new or old, or so many people think that when we manifest money or a new job, that we're just going to naturally be able to keep these things, that we're naturally going to just be able to change into this new person that knows how to handle all of this money, or knows how to handle this new relationship or this old relationship that's new. And don't get it twisted. There will be some people that absolutely will be able to do that. But in my opinion, and from working with people for the past basically 6 years, I wouldn't count on that method to work for you. You've heard the term creatures of habit, and this is absolutely factual for so many humans on this planet. For most of us, we are absolutely creatures of habits. We have gotten into a routine for the past 5, 10, 20 years, whatever the time frame is for you. So do you really think when the money shows up, you're all of a sudden going to turn into this person that is great with managing money? If you've been somebody who religiously shows up to work late, you think all of a sudden when your career, your dream job shows up, that all of a sudden you're going to start showing up to your dream job on time and you're not going to be late, even though the past 20, 30 years of your life has shown you have been proven to be late? When your person shows up, whether it's old, whether it's new, and you start to catch feelings and your anxious attachment starts to show up that you've had for the last 20 years that you've never worked on, you think all of a sudden now that your person comes back, that's just going to go away? I think a lot of you know the answer to that question. None of these habits that you've developed over the past years are going to just magically go away for most of you. Those same habits that you have developed are going to show their face at some point in the relationship, or they're going to show their face at some point when it comes to managing money, or they're going to show their face at some point when it comes to your new career. And this is exactly why you've heard me say religiously in my videos that so many people can manifest something, but they never keep it. Because the creature of habit inside of you will always, most times, take back over, which will result in you going back into bad habits in your relationship, which will result in you going back into bad habits at your new dream job, which will result in you having terrible money habits if you do manifest a large lump sum of money. Again, who are you being? You need to prepare and pave way for your manifestation to come into fruition, for you to be that perfect person. And that takes practice. That takes internal practice and that takes external practice. In the 3D, make space for your money. Make space and say, this is where I'm going to save X amount of dollars. Make space for this is the amount of money that I'm going to invest. Make space for your person's belongings. Make space for your person to put their shoes when they come visit. Here are their slippers. Here are their bathrobe. This stuff works. Preparing the way for yourself, preparing the way for whoever you want to be in your life. Prepare and start acting as if there is another person in your life. A lot of you are not preparing and acting like there is another person in your life. You are still acting as if you are single in the 3D. And in my opinion, this could be causing your person to stay away. If you want a relationship, if you want somebody back or you want somebody new, are you acting like that in the 3D? If you want to be married, are you acting like a wife? Are you acting like a husband? If you want a boyfriend or if you want a girlfriend, are you acting like a boyfriend or are you acting like a girlfriend? Are you living your life single? Are you going out partying every weekend, acting as if you are single? If you're doing that, in my opinion, that is putting you in the frequency of being single and having fun. Now, to go back to my earlier point, this does not apply to everyone because I know there's those guys out there that are going to watch this video and say, oh no, if you believe in the law of assumption, that's not true. You could still go out and party. You could still go out and live like you're single and still attract somebody into your life. Duh. I know that. But again, as I've said constantly, that's not going to work for everybody. That approach. Most people don't realize they are on two different frequencies, in my opinion. If you are still on that frequency of partying and being single, hookup culture, all of that type of stuff, how do you think you're going to attract a partner? I'm not saying you can't attract a partner, but what I am saying is don't be surprised if you don't. Don't be surprised if you attract people or you end up getting in relationships with people. If you do attract a partner, don't be surprised if you get in relationships with people that fit that lifestyle, that party lifestyle, because it can go either way. You can attract somebody from those types of environment and you can make it work. But then I've also heard it go the other way where so many people, they attract people from those environments and it never works. You attracted a party girl and you tried to turn her into a wife, or you attracted a party boy and you tried to turn him into a husband and it didn't work. So ask yourself, what are you doing in the 3D to align yourself with that frequency? Do you have wife behavior? Do you have husband behavior? Do you have boyfriend, girlfriend behavior? Are you putting yourself in environments where you can actually meet a husband of substance? Are you putting yourself in environments where you can actually meet a wife of substance? To me, in my opinion, this is also practicing the law of assumption. Now, you can practice the law of assumption where you just get in your sad state akin to sleep and you can imagine or you can affirm that you meet the perfect person. Yes, it can help that way. But to those of you who like action, because a lot of people I realize that watch these videos, they don't like just doing sats. They don't like just doing affirmations. And so this video is for you people. If you don't like just doing sats or you don't like just doing affirmations, this video is to show you, and these past few videos are to show you what you can do physically in the 3D to help get you in alignment with what it is that you want to manifest. If you want to manifest large lump sums of money, are you putting yourself in environments where there's a lot of money to be made with people who have money? For instance, if you're going to a cheaper gym like Planet Fitness, no disrespect to Planet Fitness, I know a lot of people that go there because it is cheap, but if you were going to Planet Fitness to work out, you might want to consider going more upscale to an upscale gym that might be closer to $100 a month instead of $10 or $20 a month, or a gym that might cost $150, $200 a month, because that's automatically telling you that the people that go to this gym, they have some money. I don't know where they're getting it from. It could be family money. It could be their money. Who knows? But bottom line, if these people are paying $100 to $200 a month or more for a gym membership, you definitely know that these people have money. So now you're taking yourself from an environment where average people are at that are only paying $10, $20 a month, and you're putting yourself in an environment, you are increasing your chances to get in touch with somebody that has a lot of money, to be friends with somebody that has a lot of money, to be partners, to find a relationship with somebody that has a lot of money. Again, this is preparing the way. This is helping you put yourself in the game. This is taking inspired action. This is the real definition of inspired action. You are inspired to really make a change in the 3D. You are inspired to become that person. You are inspired to make space in your closet for your person's belongings when they come over. You are inspired to make space on your bed, saying, this is where my person is going to sleep when they come over, and I'm going to sleep on this side. This is where their toothbrush is going to be kept. This is where their car is going to be parked. Also, quick side note, do you think if you had a person in your life, your room would be as dirty as it possibly is right now? Do you think the laundry would be sitting there for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks right now if you had a person in your life? No. You would be making sure your room was clean all the time, or they would. Also, you ever notice how when you have a piggy bank or something like that, how it always tends to get filled up? You know why that is? It's because you made space. You created an area where your loose change was going to go. So by universal law, that space has to get filled with something, what it was intended for. I'm making space. This is taking active faith. You know, there was a story, and I always forget whether this was in Genevieve Behrend's book or whether this was in Florence Scovel Shinn's book, but there was a story of a woman whose husband had left her. Every night for over a year, she made dinner for herself and she made dinner for him. And she prepared the way for her husband to come back into her experience. And that sounds crazy, cooking yourself dinner and then preparing a plate and preparing a meal as if you're preparing a meal for two instead of one, because she was eating by herself, but she was preparing and cooking as if she was cooking for two people, because she was preparing herself, making space, making way for her husband to come back. And guess what? He came back. This is active faith. This is bringing the game to you instead of you waiting for the game to come to you. Which one will you choose? Will you continue to go out every night and party and act as if you were single, knowing you want a relationship, knowing that that's not relationship energy? Because if you were in a relationship, you would not be going out partying every night, I assure you. If you were in a relationship, you would not be going out every weekend hooking up with random people if you were in a relationship, if you were married, unless you're into that type of lifestyle and you're poly. Again, are you acting as if in the 3D? Some of you can get away with that by still going out and partying, and you'll still be able to find your partner. Good for you. But I'm telling you, a lot of you won't. And for those people that do get away with being able to go out and party and do this and do that and have fun, and you've developed all of these habits, guess what? You're still going to have to deal with those habits once you get back into that relationship. You're still going to have to deal with all of those negative habits you developed over the years once you get that dream job, once you get that lump sum of money. Our habits aren't a switch that we can just turn on and off. And this is the dangerous side that instant manifestation is teaching a lot of people. It's making a lot of people believe that, oh, I don't have to change at all. I don't have to change the core of me at all. I don't have to change my frequency at all. I can just get all of these things and just keep all of these things. And again, that might be true for some of y'all, but from what I'm seeing for the last 6 years from coaching people, it's not likely. So choose to do the work now so that you can forever hold your peace.